Hey guys, so I thought I would do a quick little update. It's been a little while, so honestly, I haven't really been reading that much. I have the second book in the, oh gosh, what's it called? It's by Sarah J. Maas. The first book was Crescent City. The second book is this blue one, and House of Sky and Breath, I think it's called. The first book I loved, gave 5 out of 5. The second book, I had to DNF it. It's boring and there's a lot more tropey like purring and no, I'm not into it. It's more on the relationship side and I'm not into it. So, I did read two books. So I'm going to talk about those quickly. Um very quickly cuz I want to turn my fan back on. It's like 38 degrees out. So the first book I read is called Going Alone by Kurt Bell. And this author sent me his book. There's a illustration and a little note here. To Crystal, be safe, but not too safe. So I really, really like this book. I'm gonna do a full review on it. I think I'm still collecting my thoughts, but it's about he goes on these hikes and such, and through that he was forced to really be alone with himself and to realize, the world doesn't really care about you. It's very indifferent to every one of our existence, but you can still have a good life. So that's kind of the process of his book. I'm pretty sure he's an atheist, and so this is kind of a unique twist where you can have a good life without having to believe in God or anything like that. So I appreciate the perspective of it, and I really enjoyed it. The way it's written is like a little bit of blocky text, and then these notes from his muse, which are kind of like poems, I guess you could say. Little tiny sections, so you can see the spacing here. Each thing is its own separate thing. So they kind of have a linking theme, but they're basically just individual chunks throughout the day. So I really like that. So this one was 5 out of 5 for sure. And then I was kind of in a mood and I didn't know what to read, so I picked up this book I've had on my shelf forever. It's called Breaking Silence by Linda Castillo. And this one is, it says at the top here, Murder in Amish Country, a gripping series. Which I didn't realize this was a series when I read it, even though it says there at the top. But this is, I think, the third book. And as you're reading it, you can tell that it's part of a series because it's, it's a crime thing, right? So it's about this cop. She used to be an Amish person, but she left the community and now she's a cop for her little town. And so in the book, it references like a couple of cases she did earlier. So you're like, okay, yeah, this, had something going on earlier. But you don't need to read the other books to enjoy this book. For my rating, I think I gave it 3 out of 5. It was a good book. It was okay. It wasn't outstanding, but it wasn't awful. It was an enjoyable read to pass the time. And I read it in, about an evening. It's about 300 pages, so not too big. So basically, this Amish farm, all the sewage and stuff for the pigs goes into like this pit for the sounds of it. And if you don't ventilate it properly, the methane gas builds up and it can be life-threatening. So these people are found in the pit. They think it's an accident, but it turns out, no, it's probably some sort of foul play. So she's trying to solve the murder. Meanwhile, there's these other crimes going on that seem to be hate crimes against the Amish. So it's like going through and figuring it out with her. I found the pacing to be a little bit off. It's like, we know some stuff that she doesn't know, but filling in the gaps doesn't really happen till pretty much the very end. The last twist I didn't see coming, I will admit that, but it wasn't like an outstanding twist or anything. It was just so. So, would I recommend this book? If you're looking for something easy and you don't know anything about Amish people, then it might be interesting to pick up. I mean, if the only thing you know about Amish people is that Weird Al skit, Amish Paradise, then you might like it. But if you grew up somewhere that has a bunch of Amish people around and you're really familiar with everything, I don't know if this would really tailor to you. So it's okay. Um, we'll see what else happens down the line. And I'm not really reading much else right now. My tripod's on top of 3 cookbooks, so I've been just kind of going through those for ideas for back to school, easy meals. We homeschool, so I just like to have slow cooker days some days, and it makes marking and everything on top of full-time work like really good. So yeah, that's basically my reading update, which isn't too much, but Going Alone was super super good, and this Amish one was okay. So I just don't know what I feel like reading next. That's the problem. I have books on my shelf, and I just don't know if I'm ready to invest in them yet. I have a couple, like I have a Ken Follett series. Last Christmas I read, oh geez, not Pillars of, is it Pillars of the Earth? I get it mixed up with a video game, or is it Pillars of Eternity? Pillars of Eternity is the game. Okay, I see it right there. So Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, I read last year, I loved. I got a hardcover trilogy. The books are really big and they're really fat, so they're pretty heavy. I got it out of this free thing. I'm pretty sure it was a free thing. So I want to read that, but I don't know if I'm really ready to read something like that. Because to me, it's like, oh, it's a winter thing, right? So that's what I'm leaning towards there. So I want something a little bit lighter to pass the time until we're like officially in fall and get all those vibes and everything. I just not sure how what I want to read next. So I have a couple Kristen Hannas. I have some Haruki Murakami. I have some Steven Erikson. I don't know. If there's something, like if there's a new book that just came out that you really, really liked and you think I might like, let me know. And I'll see if my local bookstore has it and give it a shot. Um, but yeah, for now, I'm going to turn my fan back on and get in something a little bit comfier. I only put this on because my clothes were not YouTube appropriate for the day. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Anyways, let me know what you guys have been reading lately, what's going on in your lives, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.